Hello, hope you guys are doing well, and today I'm bringing you some ranked Morrigan gameplay. We're playing up against the Soul, who is really good, so this is going to be a true test of our skills at mid, because that character is broken. But we should be able to do just fine, because hey, if anything goes wrong, I could just turn into her, and I promise you this, I'm a better soul than she is. But anyways, how are you guys doing on this lovely day? Today we're playing the Morrigan, which you guys already know, and the build was at the start of the video in the form of a screenshot for those of you who missed it. And if that's the only reason you're here, then go ahead and go back and take a look at that for yourself. With that out of the way, in this video you're going to hear, or rather learn, about a couple of things. First, we're going to learn a couple things about how to play mid through commentating, and then we're also going to talk over the build pretty in depth. Now, I'm not going to talk in depth into the Morrigan's abilities, but I do want to talk a little bit about the aspect. If you do want to learn about Morrigan's abilities, then stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss out on my soon to come, either within the next 2 days, Morrigan guide. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get right into the gameplay. Wow, she's really aggressive, isn't she? Get off me, clear the way. Anyways, should be no issue. I mean, we have some potions, and now she's losing gold to the wave. I do have my blink available in case I do get destroyed by the enemy jungler, who is in Aladdin. Aladdin is good, but I don't think he's like a free win like he used to be. I did use the clone. Ooh, Aladdin's here. I did use the clone to teleport behind her, which was kind of a trip. I'll talk about that in a minute here. Nice dash away. I'm sure we would have killed him if he didn't do that. But anyways, aspect. Morrigan has this aspect where instead of going invisible when you use your 3, you just send the clone forward as you usually would, but now you can actually recast the ability and you will teleport to the clone's current location in its path, which I think could be really good. Again, in Smite 2, I haven't played Morrigan. Or a lot of Morrigan. I played like 1 game. But then she, like, back when I played her, she was really buggy. Her ultimate was really buggy, so it kind of turned me off, and I never played her again, to be completely honest. And in Smite 1, well, I haven't played Smite 1 for months, a long time. So I must say that I might take a little bit to get used to Morrigan, considering I haven't played her in literal months ever. And also, she's just feels a little bit different from Smite 1 compared to Smite 2. But we should grab our grip pretty easily here and hopefully start making some plays. I'm excited to play around with the third ability. I think that in some situations it could be very good. I feel like this is an aspect that you want to run basically every single time. The only time I can think that you might not want to run this aspect is if maybe you're playing in jungle, where I think then the stealth will be very valuable. But other than that, I think in any other situation you're going to be wanting to run this aspect. You can see that the aspect, apart from me apart from me being able to teleport to the clone, whether I do or not teleport to that clone, as I'm going to hit her with the entire combo, she does have her ultimate up. I'm going to go ahead and turn into the Aladdin and not attack her while she has that active. Also, considering the other Aladdin is here, I'm just going to end up running away. I was going to wait for her third ability to be out, and then I was going to alter, but it looks like our jungler will be able to go in and finish her off. I take that back. We will finish her off because she did have Aegis to Aegis or jungler stuff. But now we should be able to go get the red, no problem, after grabbing us that easy kill. But yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, I mean, I could teleport to the clone, I could not teleport to the clone, but the cool thing about this aspect is that the enemy doesn't know what I'm going to do. When I throw the clone at them, they're gonna have to think, is he gonna teleport on me and hit me with a combo? Like, what is his plan here? And you can see that when I threw the clone over at the Soul earlier, she just kind of stood there. She didn't want to clear wave. She didn't want to use abilities. She wanted to get closer to her tower because she had no idea if I was going to teleport on her and hit her with everything that I had on me, right? So for that, couple of seconds where the clone was rushing her, I could do whatever I wanted in this lane. I out-cleared her. She lost some gold to the tower. That's just an interesting aspect of the clone, or rather the aspect that I wanted to talk about. Just the mind games that now they know that there's a chance that you're going to teleport on them and do some pretty decent damage, and it leads them to do something that they wouldn't regularly want to do, like giving up lane pressure because they don't want to use abilities knowing that you might teleport on them and they might need those abilities to use up against you. It's just something cool that I kind of noticed literally just in this instant as I was watching, or rather as I was watching her react to me throwing the clone on her, which I thought was very cool. And then obviously then I had the choice whether I wanted to teleport or not. So it was a really cool thing that I just noticed because again, I haven't really played her much. And I haven't played against her either, to be fair. I'm wondering why I haven't seen much of her. I would have to imagine that a big reason why I haven't seen her is because of the kind of experience that I had when I first picked up Morrigan. Morrigan was one of like the first characters put into this game, and her ult was really buggy. Either it wouldn't transform you or it'll transform you into a completely different character from the one that you chose. There's just a multitude of bugs going on with her at that given time, and it kind of made it really hard to like play her, if you will. Here's the soul. I'm gonna kind of push her out of this fight. I don't want her here. Do have my ultimate available and am targeted onto the Pele right now because the Pele is going to be a little bit better, in my opinion, for just completely rushing someone. Like if I hit them with a combo, I can instantly turn into Pele. Once they dash away, I can dash in after them, and it's going to be nice. I like the Aladdin pick, but I'm going to save that for a little bit later in the game because Aladdin is really good mid to late game. I think his early game is a little bit lacking. But yeah, I would say that my experience so far from playing her, she feels pretty fluid compared to the last time I picked her up, which again, admittedly was months ago when the game in general felt a little bit clunky, but she's definitely a little bit better than I remember. I'm going to start talking a little bit about the build, starting off with my starter item, Sands of Time. Why do I go Sands of Time as opposed to Conduit Gem? My cooldowns are pretty low and her clear is pretty good, especially with that enhanced auto attack from her passive. I'm going to reach around over here and maybe see if I can steal this camp. That of which I can. I'm going to pick that up, and I don't really feel like fighting her in her jungle because I know that at any moment I could get collapsed upon. However, this Chalk is looking like someone that I definitely do want to kill, if at all possible. So I'm going to go ahead and come into this lane. I have everything up aside from my blink. Your 3 also does still give you movement speed. Nice. The Thanatos is able to swoop down. I mean, I would have killed him either way. If worse come to worse, or if worse came to worse, I probably would have just ended up ulting, but it's cool. He's able to pick up that kill. I'll take my assist and continue talking about Sands of Time. I don't think Conduit Gem is necessary. I think, again, your clear is really good with your second ability being on a very low cooldown, coupled with the fact that you could use your first ability for extra damage on the wave earlier on when it's a bit safer. And then finally, given that you have those augmented auto attacks that are AoE, it also helps you clear the way pretty efficiently. And I think that by not getting Conduit Gem, considering your clear is this good, you can actually make pretty good use of the cooldown reduction that you're going to gain from going Sands of Time. Especially with a character like Morrigan, the big part of her kit is going to be turning into other people and using their wonderful tools against them, as I'm going to go ahead and engage onto the soul. Very, very good Aegis, but I will turn into the Pele and be able to pick up that kill with the Pele where I would have regularly failed on just the regular Morrigan because I was out of abilities. But yeah, my 1 isn't coming back on cooldown. Do you guys notice that? I was kind of planning on it to clear this wave, and now I'm having a very difficult time at it considering that my 1 not coming back on cooldown on Pele. Another bug on the ultimate on the Morrigan turning into the Pele. Not a game-breaking bug, I must admit. If she keeps chasing me, me and Zeus will smite her. So I hope she starts retreating and I'll take my back. But yeah, anyways, as I was mentioning, cooldown reduction ends up being really important on the Morrigan because the main point of your hit is to turn into someone else and use their utility against the enemy, whether it be one of your teammates or one of your enemies, right? Think of it like a big chalk ult in the middle of a fight. Right now, we're using things such as Pele just to finish off kills that we won't be able to finish off ourselves. But later on, we could, if Zeus wasn't extremely far behind, turn into Zeus. A big Zeus ult in a good situation could be good. A big chalk ult could be good. An Aladdin ult could be good, right? Really big ultimates that could change tides of fights that you can bring over and either use again if it's on your teammate or use against your enemy if it's one of their ultimates. Pele will be able to pick up that kill, so we didn't really have to come over here. I stuck around just to make sure she was going to be okay, that of which she is. And now I'm going to wait around for this red buff. I'm completely okay with fighting her in the jungle. My ultimate will be up soon. I'm going to try to close the gap on her, but I don't want to get hit by any abilities. And again, I don't want to stay up on their side of the jungle for too long because that opens me up to be ganked by the enemy. Looks like she's just going to let me get this red. I didn't think she would be this passive. I didn't think she would be this scared of me, I'm being completely honest. I mean, she could just keep poking me from afar. I'm ahead, but not like dangerously ahead to the point where I just one-shot her. So I'm not sure why she just let me have that red, but I'll take it. I'll take that red, and mine is coming up here soon as well. But I want to make sure that we could kill the soul here if she ends up being back here. But considering that she hit me with the slow, I won't be able to catch up to her. But Athena's back here. I thought she was going to go on me, but she walked right by me as well. So many people just walking right by me as opposed to fighting me. Which again, I don't understand. I don't think that Morrigan is that big of a threat. I mean, I could turn into someone that is a big threat. So maybe that's the philosophy behind that one. But anyways, while we clear this Gold Fury with the team, I think there's a very small chance that they're going to steal it, considering they're still in mid clearing. It's going to be the second Gold Fury of the game going towards our team. Yeah, Sands of Time. I already talked about why you want Sands of Time. Book of Thoth gives you infinite mana, which isn't the reason why you buy it. It gives you an insane amount of intelligence, which is the reason why you buy it, but not the whole reason. Because if you were looking for just insane amounts of intelligence, then there are other items that give you the exact same thing. It's the flat penetration. Flat penetration is valuable, especially in mid when you're fighting. Ooh, wait, this Aladdin could be in some trouble unless you could just walk on walls and leave. That too. I could try turning into the Pele and maybe killing him with the knockup. And if I get yanked in here, I think I could still probably just kill him with the help of our, what's her name? Afro. If we could catch up to him, that is. He is so fast. One more auto attack will grant us that kill for our third kill. We're going to spawn in on tower, but it should be fine. Soul is nowhere to be found, apparently. But yeah, the flat penetration is really, really valuable. It allows you to deal quite a lot of damage to your enemy mid laner, the enemy jungler. These people that aren't going to be high in protections and aren't going to be building into protections, at least not anytime soon. You're going to be dealing quite a lot of damage. That flat penetration is going to be very, very handy. I hate that I keep saying very, very. I hate saying those words together. Sometimes it just happens. It's going to be quite handy to have up against some of the squishier characters. So that, coupled with the fact that it's an immense amount of intelligence and gives you infinite mana, is probably enough of a reason to buy it either first or second item. A lot of the times, probably first item, because the earlier you get flat pen online, the better it is going to be for you. After that, Soul Gem follows on that trajectory, on that philosophy of heavily kind of focusing on cooldown reduction. It's also going to give you sustain, which I love. I love to be able to get sustain, especially on a character like Morrigan, who has that second ability, which is literally super long range. You can hit someone from across the map with it, and it's on a very low cooldown, so you can constantly be getting these like extra little bits of burst damage and constantly be getting that extra healing, which is going to come in handy. Ooh, use the little clone thingy to get away. I have my blink here if need be. I also do have my ultimate, so if I wanted to turn into the Pele here, I could, that of which I am going to do right now to grab that kill. Should die to tick damage, I presume. I lied, but he's going to drag me under his ultimate, which I think in his ultimate I can kill him again, because Aladdin in the early game isn't really that good. I mean, granted, it's the mid game right now. I'm going to hit one more auto and grab that kill. And now I'm going to hopefully not die to this Athena who was waiting for me. Maybe the Afro's able to kill her. I'm going to come back in here just in case she's not able to. And my first ability will be able to finish off the Afro for our 6th kill of the game. We're doing really well on the Morrigan, despite a couple of bugs that we have had so far. But yeah, cooldown reduction, sustain, burst damage, considering your second ability's long range and low cooldown comes in handy. After that, the Gem of Focus is going to again continue on that track to get as much cooldown reduction as you can, or at least a healthy amount to constantly be ulting into other people. And then also it's going to allow you to constantly or more consistently use abilities to stack up that soul gem. So it all works together pretty nicely. It also does give you some movement speed, which I think is the main reason to get this item, because there are other items that give you cooldown reduction and power. Right, it's not just Gem of Focus. You can think items like Staff of Morrigan, items like, does Staff of Morrigan still give you cooldown? I'm gonna think and say yes. Thinking items like Spear of Desolation, which now also gives you cooldown reduction apart from the passive. I'm gonna go ahead and teleport, or rather transform, into the Pele again to grant me this kill here soon, any second now. And I should be able to walk away pretty free. I have my blink available, but I think I'm going to back in place because it looks like this Afro's dead. And I'm not looking to join her unless I also have to fight this Zanami. I'm going to use the third ability clone to kind of juke her a little bit and then get confused by my clone and try to hit it. Now that I have some good distance on her, I could just continue to hit her with abilities from a distance. Again, continue to use that clone as an escape route, such as here. Hey, all of a sudden, I'm halfway across the map. What are you going to do? And I think that is where that ability becomes really, really good. As a tool to just go in and use your combo quickly before swiftly using it to escape, I think is very valuable, as you can tell there. And it's quite easy to do, and a lot of the times you're not going to expect it. Oh, no. Am I able to catch up to her for the kill? Probably not. I'm going to set the clone over there and then teleport to it, and then I'll get the kill. Again, really, really cool uses for this clone, and I'm just kind of trying it out right now. I'm just scratching the surface on the things that you can do with the clone teleport. Should be able to kill him too. I don't know what he's doing. And that's going to give us our 9-0 kills, and now this soul will most likely die. Probably not to me, but to this, what's his face? Unless she goes immune and I die instead. Oh no. And Chalk is here too. So unfortunate. Alrighty, anyways, before I continue talking about the build, among other things, I do want to quickly mention that if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future Smite content as I post daily. Anything from gameplay videos like the one you're watching now, character guides like the one you'll have 2 days from now on the Morrigan, and or just regular guides like my complete beginner's guide. So if any of those mean anything to you as I go ahead and turn into Thanatos and ult, we're gonna double ult this poor Aladdin. I'm so sorry, my darling. I'm gonna miss, but I'm just gonna kill this guy instead while the other Thanatos kills you. So it all ends up working out quite nicely. The team has already started up the fire giant for us, so we should be able to get that pretty soon here. And we're looking good, 10-1. Fortunately, we died last time, but should be no big issue other than the, boatload of gold that we gave the enemy soul. Now, unfortunately, the Athena has decided to show up at the wrongest of times. So she'll die pretty quickly here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to catch up to take that kill, but hey, look at this. Izanami decided to pull up and she'll die instead. Well, actually they both die. What do I mean instead? Anyways, so yeah, subscribe so you don't miss out on the content. Also, I do have a Discord server link down in the description. If you have any questions, within the realms of Smite, how to get better, or any questions on any builds, that's a good place to get it. Not only get help from me or play games with me, but also from other community members that are super willing to help you. If you want some non-toxic people to play Smite 2 with, perfect place to do so. So click that link down in the description. And finally, to end off the self-promotion, I do stream live, which starting this week, it used to be Wednesday, Thursdays. Now it's going to be Thursday, Fridays. I'm going to be, live streaming on Twitch for you guys. So you can look forward to that. Getting ready to turn into the enemy Aladdin here in the late game. He's really far behind. He's level 13, but ulting someone is going to have its own utility and merit, which is enough to convince me to turn into him. I'm going to go ahead and stun him and then get away because I don't want to get caught in that ultimate. Instantly turn into the Aladdin. I should be able to one-shot him in here, despite the fact that the poor Aladdin is super far behind. Why? Well, because Aladdin does a lot of damage and this poor guy probably just doesn't know how to play Aladdin, and that's probably why he's flopping as hard as he is. So yeah, even if I wouldn't be able to one-shot people turning into Aladdin, it would still be completely worth it, again, just for the reasoning that I could... Ooh, he's dead. Just for the reasoning that pulling someone into that ultimate and having my team go in there and assist me with killing him could be very, very vital. I'm saying very, very again. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Hey, I'm halfway across the map now. Hey, safety. We gave the Morrigan mobility, which was the only thing that kept her balanced. Hey. Anyways, where was I? Next item. Movement speed is very important, as I mentioned earlier. It allows you to maneuver in and out of team fights, juke certain abilities that would regularly hit you. And on a character that's as squishy as the Morrigan is, and as kind of close range as the Morrigan is, where her second ability is really long range, her first ability is reliant on close range, and that's her full combo. So your full combo kind of requires you to be at a closer range. You can see even there I wasn't close enough to basically hit anything in that very moment. Ooh, he just dashed in on nothing. I should be able to kill him here with unless he dashes away. Rip. And now we're kind of in enemy territory, which could be a little bit scary, or I could just turn into him and possibly ult him here, that of which I will do, but he will immune it with his ultimate, which is valid. Now I should be able to get away here pretty easily. My question now becomes, will the enemy... I have my teleporter thing here to teleport away. I should be fine. I just don't want the afro to die, which is why I'm still even here, is I'm trying to keep the afro from dying. And I think she should be fine. I have my clone behind me. I teleported. It's so fun. I could teleport to like any second, and now I can do some good damage onto this enemy Athena. My clone is back up. I'm gonna set it over there, that of which he's gonna run right into. Does she back? She leaves. And now we're kind of stuck back here. I'm gonna stay here. I think that that is that Izanami or Soul, sorry, is gonna come back here, and we should be able to kill her pretty easily with a 2-1 auto attack combo. Aphrodite's able to finish that kill off, and now it's just the Iza kind of left behind. I'm gonna go ahead and stun her into an auto attack, 2 auto attacks, make that 3, and we're gonna be able to kill the Izanami as well. Anyways, movement speed, movement speed, movement speed. Do Morb is going to give you a lot of movement speed, but also give you a large amount of intelligence alongside some percent penetration. I can't talk anymore. I'm so sorry for all the stuttering. Please help. Send help. It's going to give you some percent penetration. In the earlier half of the game, we were talking about how important flat penetration is to deal some, worthwhile damage to some of the squishier characters. Now in the later half of the game, you're going to need a heavy amount of percent penetration to deal a heavy amount of damage to the tankier characters. So that's where the Doom Orb is going to kind of set you on that path. But I'm going to go ahead and ult him here and probably miss, apparently. I should still be able to kill him with a blink here if I wanted to, but I didn't because I got body blocked by the, I should be able to maybe kill her here, though. I do a lot of damage, maybe with a little bit of help from the team. I'm disorienting myself at this point with that clone. Where was I? The obsidian shard is my next item, and it's going to continue taking me down that path of percent pen. That's going to be all the percent pen I'm going to go for. After that, I have a choice. Do I want more percent pen and cooldown reduction? I go Totem of Death. Do I just want more straight up damage? Then Soul Reaver is probably the way to go. Soul taking a lot of damage Izanami, and enough to kill her. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it got chaotic to the end. I hope you guys learned something. Like, comment, subscribe, follow my Twitch, join the Discord. I went over there everything that I could have with my current mental capacity. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.